get up there and we tears, we shambles, we all of that. Y'all think that is not a thing? Y'all don't think it's crazy that in 25 years from now, we still gonna be getting up there saying, oh my God, this is for every black girl and black boy that came before me. How long before we're regular and normal? Yo, it's the MalloryBrosPodcast. This is going to be a very different episode of the MalloryBrosPodcast. I'm going to be, believe it or not, the only visual Mallory bro that you will see. I got the best visual setup as possible for my guy Terrell, but Terrell is in the DR. I know a lot of you who are early listeners of the podcast, the 6 a.m., 7 a.m., 8 a.m. crew. Didn't get a audio file this morning, but don't worry, have no fear. MalloryBrosPodcast is actually still here. I found a master plan to get the guy in DR. If y'all don't know, Terrell's in DR right now. He's in the Dominican Republic. He's got his boy out in his hometown for the first time. It's a dope thing. Love to see it. And we thought about canceling the podcast this week because he'd be on a trip. But I said, man, forget that. I can have him tap in. I done been on a podcast where people talk on the phone or be on the phone, or you can just hear him. It don't sound the best. But I think it's better than nothing. So without further ado, Terrell, you want to give him a recap? My guy's all the way out. He's probably got the sand in his toes. He's got, sun hitting his back.
Nah, man, it's Happy Tuesday. I hope this shit doesn't sound so crazy. But hey, happy Tuesday. I'm still down here. It's fucked up because I'm not at like a resort where, the Wi-Fi be, spanning across 10,000 square feet. But
yeah,
we're making it work. We was gonna try to do a visual situation, but your boy will be on that joint looking like I'm recording from a toaster.
Yeah.
So he said, fuck it, we was going to just figure it out the way we are. But, hey.
Once again, I'm here.
Chill. Another nigga state.
I'm on another nigga's, how niggas try to insert their life on another nigga's continent. Terrell, what continent are you on, bro? That's a good geography question.
This is the, damn, I was terrible with I'm terrible with that.
I'm terrible too. I couldn't tell him. He's in Bani.
I couldn't tell you what continent this is. I feel like, I don't know. I know it's right next to Haiti. It's an island surrounded in water. I don't know.
IDK.
I don't know. That's a great question. I'm not smarter than a fifth grader. If you ask me.
Terrell, tell them what y'all been up to. Y'all like, and it's funny because I don't want Terrell to talk so much because I feel like the nigga's talking from a muff. So. I told him I'm gonna lead the way.
We have been.
Go ahead, Terrell.
I'll say this. My everybody. I think everybody knows by now. My fiance is Dominican with me. My son is half Dominican as well. So we wanted to come down here. His grandparents live here, so we came for a week and some change, and just so he can, experience the life, man. Get him some. When I tell you, he's been eating everything, and yeah. I've been eating everything. All we've been doing is pretty much, going out to eat, chilling. We watched the game. I helped her dad mount his TV. And let me tell you something. We mounted his TV last night on a concrete wall, because they don't build. I told you they don't build wood houses. So we mounted the TV on a concrete wall with one screwdriver, bro. Oh my God! When I tell you, I have never. Think about it. Like, he has a drill, but he just forgot the drill bit that we needed. But we was like, shit, we trying to watch the 8 o'clock game.
Nah, yeah, I felt it.
So he came with this Phillips head, and we got the drink done. But it's been chill, man. It's It's been a good hot getaway. I've been seeing y'all up there with the snow. You can, I know you can tell me about that because I don't know nothing about it.
Yeah, it's a snowy, unfun, icy. You want to stay inside and stay cozy and make sure you got all your groceries and stuff like that because it's definitely the stage where the snow is hitting. I saw a tweet where then the girl was getting ate up for it. She said, damn, it seemed like it's colder in January than December. And everybody was like, what the fuck? Have you not been alive for years or whatever? And it's like, yo, I feel like, you know, we did growing up used to see snow a little bit earlier. You know, we mid-January and we finally getting snow. I love to see it on the ground, but dealing with it,
yeah,
sucks. But
December has,
go ahead, sir.
bro. December is nowadays, bro. The real cold. Excuse me, my bad. I'm moving too much. The real cold is January, February, bro.
Yeah.
March. Like, we ain't even seen what we gonna see yet. I don't know the time. Global warming. I don't know what the fuck happened. Did you see that big ass fucking sea monster that they saw?
No.
That's something that's completely different. We'll talk about that another time. Bro, it's this big ass thing that was in the water, and then the top of it like went under like a snake. I don't know if you've seen that. It's like a new alien. Bro, I'm telling you, the end is near.
It might be. One thing that I did do this weekend is I went and saw the Book of Clarence with my parents. So while Terrell's in DR, I saw the Book of Clarence with my folks. And I saw it with my sister. It was a great movie. It was a great movie to go see with them because, you know, they old. The movie is based, you know, and kind of sits beside the Bible. I'll say it's definitely a risky movie, but I want to give a shout out to James Samuel. I thought it was creative. Shout out to everybody who has the Patreon, who's locked into the District 9. I'm telling you, the District 9 this year is going to be the biggest film community ever. I'm calling it now. We about to build such a great film community. We got a bunch of AOT reactions, Attack on Titan. If you watch Attack on Titan, that's on there. But we just uploaded, or at least I uploaded, the Book of Clarence review up there, which I feel like I'm super proud of. Like, that's the type of content that we want going up. So,
Nah, 100%.
shout out to the folks who's able to see that. And we got a lot more of that stuff coming, especially when Terrell comes back.
Mm-hmm.
I do want to say this isn't going to be a super long podcast, y'all. We got Terrell and DR, and I just know the signal is going to do us dirt, so we don't want to keep him on it too long. But while we got him here, I figured we definitely going to talk about a lot of the topics that we felt like we couldn't miss for this week, and that's going to start with the Mos Def and Drake debacle that hit the TL. So if you don't know, and Terrell, you let me know if you lose me at any point, Brody.
Nah, yeah, you good.
Okay.
I'm here.
If you don't know, Mos Def went on an interview with somebody. It was good to see him, believe it or not. I'm a Mos Def fan. Not gonna say I'm a big fan of his entire musical catalog, but like Mos Def one of them dudes that I don't know why I bang with, bro. So you can probably see which side of this whole thing I leaned on. But Mos Def hit the TL and he came out randomly and said that Drake's music sounds like it should be played at Target or it should be heard at Target. And he got the necessary response that I feel like you're going to get when you say a statement like that about one of the biggest rappers right now, arguably one of the greatest of all time, you know, in this game. I think he got the response that was warranted, but it also opened a very good debate because you got a lot of people that are saying, well, you know, Drake raps better than Mos Def anyway. You know, all of the hip hop fans are like, whoa, Terrell, you lit the TL on fire with something you said, bro. What did you say? I felt like you was on a opposite side. I got a lot of interactions.
You talking about my original post or?
It's funny. See, he tweets so much I can't keep up with him. Whatever post you had that got the buzz.
No, I basically said I was talking about Drake's hot streak. I said Drake has the longest hot streak in hip hop history. He's arguably the most successful hip hop artist ever. He is hip hop. And old niggas like Mos Def hate that it's true. So when faced with questions like this, like the one he was faced with, they try to discredit to bring Drake down to their level. That was my tweet that went a little viral, and it definitely ruffled feathers. It's got about 1 million views.
Okay, Shay. You sound like Shannon.
We can talk.
Talk. Go ahead. Bro, Shannon be proud as hell of his Cat Williams interview, bro. He always be like, what is it at now? 50 million.
Bro, I'm so happy for him. And I love that he was talking shit to some of these niggas that was hating, especially your guy.
Mm-hmm. All right, whatever.
Who's still trying to go to
That's not my guy. Terrell would say that Steven Jackson is my guy because I watched All the Smoke before a lot of y'all were tuned into sports podcasts. I was watching Knuckleheads and All the Smoke. Big respect.
They definitely pioneered the wave of sports, former athletes and interviewing current athletes. They had Kobe on. Like,
yeah,
niggas was not podcasting in 2019, but Matt Barnes and Steven Jackson was. But Steven Jackson, he just be doing some shit that I just don't fuck with. Anyway, back to the Mos Def shit. This is the thing that we need to lay on the table first, because this is what I feel like got misconstrued in the whole shit. And people are trying to make excuses or say it's this and one thing or what it's not. This nigga was hating. I don't care what y'all say. What he did was hate. Shorty asked him, do you think Drake's music is hip hop? Right?
Right.
I feel like somebody in Mos Def's shoes should have answered that question by saying, I mean, yeah, of course. He had the longest run, probably, in hip-hop history. It's a lot different from what we did. And what we did when I was coming up, the content was a little bit different and the game has evolved X, Y, Z. But yeah, for sure, he's for sure hip-hop. He may not even be my cup of tea. Or he could have said, I don't really rock with his music, but he's hip-hop. He could have even said, I don't give a fuck about the nigga, but it's hip-hop. I feel like it was hate because people say, oh, he said the truth. No, he did not. The nigga said, when I think about Drake, I think, shopping in Target. Oh, these niggas start talking about SKUs. It was funny, but it's hate. And what I didn't like is niggas got on the TL and start saying, yeah, but he's speaking facts though. Like, and I feel like a lot of the niggas that would listen to a Mos Def would only think about Drake when Drake does shit that goes viral. And when you think about it, as much as we love the 4 p.m. in this place, 5 p.m. in New York, 6 p.m., whatever. As much as we love Drake's rapping records, those aren't the ones that go viral. The ones that go viral are the God's Plan, are the fucking Girls Want Girls, are the fucking 21, can you do something for me? Like, those are the ones that go viral. So people think that Drake can't rap. And I feel like it's them doing the disservice because y'all are showing that y'all do not know that this nigga can rap. So I think first, can we both agree that the nigga was hating?
I will honestly give it to you that Mos Def was hating. I'll give it to you. That I can't not say that he wasn't hating. Like, you can even tell from his demeanor, like the way he was talking. He's like, Target, you know what I mean? Nigga, you know what you're doing. And it's funny because I saw a video where this dude was like, I know exactly what this is because I graduated from the University of Nigga. And I have a master's degree. And I know when a nigga is hating. And honestly, I feel like if you definitely have experienced black men, Mos Def was most definitely hating on Drizzy. I feel like he wasn't hating. That's why I told y'all, I said he got the much warranted response. You asked for this response and you got it. Like, if you're a quarterback and you come out and say Pat Mahomes, he reminds me of a Disney Channel quarterback. He reminds me of a nigga from All-American. Next question. They gonna start comparing y'all game, So I feel like once the comparisons went up, once people started comparing Drake and Mos Def, that's when it started to get really muddy because people started making it seem like Mos Def didn't have the pen that he had. That's how I felt. Like, okay, Drake is the biggest. We get it. But Mos Def to me is like a hip-hop icon. Like, I feel like maybe not icon because that's a big word, but I mean just such a highlight in the hip-hop world. Just like a known MC. Like, nah, he ain't got the pop hits. Nah, he ain't got whatever. But his pen is one thing that's respected. So one thing I say to you, Terrell, I want your feedback. You just said that Drake's not big because of songs like 6 p.m. in New York or I think it's 3 p.m. in Calabasas. He's not big for those songs. I'm sorry for y'all if I got those wrong. But those aren't the songs that's making Drizzy go viral. It's the God's Plans. It's the fun songs. 21, Can You Do Something For Me? I feel like, is it unfair to say, because when y'all argue Drake, y'all say, fuck you, look at his run. His run is one of the biggest, but his run's not one of the biggest because of hip hop. And that's what Mos Def was talking about.
It is.
Is Drake,
that's a lie.
Is that run still the same outside of the poppy shit? I feel like Drake has stayed this run because he's managed to do more than hip hop, which is commendable.
When we talk, yes. Okay, so to answer your question, I feel like you have to take everything into account. And I feel like if you're going to make this case about Drake, you have to make this case about Kanye West. You have to make this case about 50 Cent. You got to make this case about Ja Rule, Jay-Z. There's so many rappers that you could attribute certain pop elements to, or shit that went poppy to their run, but we only discredit Drake for it. And we want to say that Drake is not hip hop. We want to go as far to say the nigga is not hip hop. And somebody on Twitter was like, this nigga just said Drake is hip hop. I'm going crazy or whatever. And I said, when you think about the last 15 years of hip hop, what names do you think of? For 15 years of rapping, you're going to think Drake, Kendrick, J. Cole, Jay-Z. You're going to think about everybody, but Drake is in that fucking list.
That's a fact.
He is.
He is. And I feel like there's necessary respect that need to be put on his name.
I agree. The nigga since 2009 has been the top in the top 5, top 3 conversation of rapping. Because when Wayne and them laid their mics down, when Wayne and Jay laid their mics down, and Kanye West, was still out bubbling, it was Drake.
It was Drake.
It was J. Cole, and then it was Kendrick. You know what I'm saying? So I would say that top 5 was the top 5 at one point. Like, he was in the top 5-ish, top 10-ish conversation. Because remember, we had Wale, we had Big Sean. There was a bunch of people that was rapping when Drake was rapping. But
that's true.
Then he elevated from after 2012. You can't tell me that he wasn't top 3 already, and that was 12 years ago. So, to me, I do think when you think about his run, you have to, and then even the records that are quote unquote poppy, the niggas rapping on them. They're hip hop records. I can see if he made Just Hold On, We Going Home 1,000 times and did a little bit of rapping on some, I don't really rap. But if he was like think about how Beyonce rap. And I hate to use Beyonce as an example, but Beyonce do a little bit of rapping. She could never come out and say she hip hop. You only rap a couple of times. What you do is something completely different. Same thing for a nigga like Chris Brown. You're a singer. You rap sometimes, sure, but you're not a rapper. This nigga Drake raps. Every single project the nigga has rapped. Even honestly, never mind, we got a rap track at the end. I'm not going to even count that one. But for 15 years, are y'all going to tell me God's Plan is not a hip hop record?
Well,
it's
I'll
poppy.
tell you this.
Sure, it's poppy.
Let me say this.
But okay.
Mos Def, in his defense, Mos Def never came out and said that Drake wasn't hip hop. Mos Def's argument was that Drake's music sounds like it could be heard in Target. And I feel like a lot of the Drake fans got tight about that. And low-key, there's truth to that. Drake's music, a.k.a. A God's Plan, 21, Can You Do Something For Me? That is he does make more of a Target hip-hop. And I feel like we can admit Mos Def was hating, but can we also admit that Drake's music is commercially more accepted at a Target than that of a Joey Badass or a Mos Def?
I feel like that's okay, so I'll agree that you could play a lot of Drake's records in a Target, even though you will never walk around a Target and hear that. You will walk around and hear Passion Fruit or something like that, which will be lit in a Target. But I'll give you that. But and this is where the indictment to me comes on somebody like Drake, because when I think about Mos Def and his catalog, right? Because we can get to that part. Because everybody wants to compare the two. Drake, and if people want to compare Drake and Mos Def. And I jumped out the window and said that Drake rap better than that nigga. I don't give a fuck. I think the times have changed. I think it's like comparing.
I disagree. I don't think that Drake holds a candle to MC like Mos Def. Sings better, yes. Makes a hit better, yes. Pop song, yes. But when it comes to hip hop, I'm sorry. Mos Def is above Drizzy, ability wise.
Cool. So tell me what ability he has that's better than Drake. What does he do better than Drake?
Wordplay. Just the sport of rapping. Mos Def is better and been better. This nigga Mos Def has been rapping since before
Drake in wordplay.
Terrell, Mos Def been rapping. Mos Def rap from like the origin of hip hop. Like Mos Def is the type of rapper. No, he didn't keep up with the new age of rapping. Like Drizzy is a chameleon. He can rap like everybody. I'll give him that. I'll give him that he's more of an asset to the hip hop world. But when you talk about hip hop, Drake, you're able to do hip hop, R&B, pop, fucking, you can do all these other genres. But we're not going to sit here and say that because you have this chameleon, big number producing all around, you know what I'm saying, ability to jump on any music that we're just going to put you above certain MCs who have, I ain't even going to say mastered the craft, but I mean, come on, if it's anybody we could say is hip hop, that's Mos Def. And I don't think because Drake might say a couple witty double entendres that makes him a better MC. I don't think it's discrediting either. I mean, like, we talking about hip hop. We not talking about making music and oohs and ahs. Like, there's more to hip hop than double entendres, Terrell.
I feel like what you doing right now is discrediting a lot of what makes Drake better by just saying, oh, it's this or oh, it's that.
But we talking hip hop. I didn't discredit hip hop.
No, you did. You said just because you're taking Shang Tsung. You basically saying the nigga Shang Tsung, his best ability is turning into everybody. So he ain't the best. He's not better than this nigga who can throw an ice ball in Sub-Zero. This nigga can be Sub-Zero. I can do what y'all can do. Drake can do everything.
I don't think that Drake raps better than Mos Def. He doesn't rap like he can't even rap like Mos Def.
He could if he wanted to, but guess what? That style is so dated and easy. And this is my thing. This is my thing about Mos Def, and this is my thing about conscious rappers when they compare to people like Drake. Since Drake don't rap about the Black Power struggle and saving the children and saving the world, people make it seem like the nigga that does that is more lyrical than the nigga that doesn't do that. And that's where I have an issue, because that's not true. Just because a nigga's rapping about saving the fucking planet, like, and not to discredit Mos, because Mos is a legend. I'm not going to say he's not a legend, but you're not the nigga Drake. It's almost like, Joe Namath was a great QB. He's a legend. Nigga won a Super Bowl. You're not Patrick Mahomes. And we could say, it's like a nigga saying, all that side passing, scrambling out of the pocket shit is cool, but this nigga came up in the league where you had to stand in the pocket and throw the ball down the field. A traditional quarterback. To me, it's like, that shit cool. But this nigga's doing some shit that we have never seen before. And that's what Drake doing. Some shit we never seen before in terms of his ability to adapt in different eras of rap. He rapped with Wayne and Jay now. He was able to eclipse that era into the next era.
But this is my thing. Like, y'all give Drizzy a lot of hip hop credit. You're saying he was able to eclipse Wayne and Drake, Wayne and Jay. He didn't eclipse them by doing hip hop. He eclipsed them by being the chameleon that y'all said he was. Because are you going to say that Kendrick and J. Cole and them eclipsed and stayed in the game? Yeah. But nobody is as big as Drizzy. And it's not because Drizzy is the better hip-hop artist. It's because Drizzy is the bigger artist. As far as the Mos Def Pat Mahomes comparison, you give that comparison as if hip-hop has changed in the same way that football has changed. Football, the game is faster. The game is better. It's more dangerous. It's actually a lot more protected. Pat Mahomes could last longer in this league than Joe Namath could back when he played. But it's also, to me, different than hip-hop. I feel like hip-hop has changed completely from what it was back when Mos Def was hot. So that's why I said the hate coming from Mos definitely feels fueled by what you talking about how hip-hop changed and he couldn't keep up. I'll give you that. Drake was able to keep up with whatever's new. But I think the conversation now needs to be about what is hip-hop anyway for us to argue about who's hip-hop. Because we'll start talking hip-hop, and then Drake fans will turn it into a numbers game or turn it into a he's a better artist game. Then when we dumb it down back to just hip-hop, even that don't seem to hold weight. So that's why it's like, yo, where is the respect for hip-hop? We wouldn't come out and say that LeBron shoot better than Kobe. He don't. You know what I'm saying? But that's the respect for, like, shooting. We wouldn't say LeBron was a killer like Kobe, but that's the respect for the game and what it is. But it seems like these days, because LeBron has all these numbers, people will say, well, LeBron is a killer. But we're not seeing it. You're just saying that. I don't know. It's a good comment. I don't want to stay on it too long, though. Terrell, no, it's basketball. We know, like, LeBron don't have that killer instinct like Kobe. Everybody knows that. That's no secret. You seen him passing the rock here?
That's not true.
Oh, a cross-court rock to Vanderbilt. Come on. Kobe's not doing that. That's because he got that killer in him. Bron is a team player. It's okay. He has that dog in him.
That's a different conversation. And I'm just going to tell you that you sound like the Kobe fans. I used to work with this dude that was a Kobe fan, bro. He used to say the exact same thing. He had a Kobe keychain, a fucking 24, and this was before Kobe passed away. When Kobe passed away, I was literally concerned about that man. But
you know what's fucked up about that, Terrell? That's fucked up because that's exactly how y'all doing the Mos Def crew. Because the Kobe, you're saying, oh, you're just a Kobe fan. But nah, that's a basketball thing. You cannot be a Kobe fan and know that Kobe is a sniper.
Kobe was a killer, but LeBron wasn't.
LeBron's not a killer.
You're saying Bron's not a killer. Kobe was.
Kobe was a killer. Just like Mos Def is a real MC and Drake is a new age
and Drake is
big
a real
rapper.
MC. Terrance,
Drake is a great rapper, but real MC, can we have any respect for hip hop?
Is Drake not one of the best rappers of all time?
Rappers of all time, no. Artists of all time, yes. Terrell, you were just sitting there. Y'all go look at Terrell's reaction for All the Dogs Deluxe. You was not feeling that rabbity rap. Drake said, "Hold back, y'all want rabbity rap? Here goes all rap tracks." And it did not do well. Y'all have to admit that. Y'all are not listening to those songs. The way that y'all talk about Mos, who the fuck wants to listen to this? You're not going and listening to that 50 clips, empty clips, John Wick. Y'all not listening to that joint.
About fandom. You're not talking about the skill. You're talking about what we listen to.
You talked hip hop.
You're not talking about raw skill.
That's not hip hop. That's when Drizzy did hip hop. And y'all are saying that Mos Def style is whack, but when Drake did the hippity hop, y'all are saying nobody really wants to talk about real hip hop. Go ahead, Terrell.
Terrance, let's talk about. Okay, let me tell you.
And I'm gonna let you finish it. You're gonna finish it, Terrell, because we ain't gonna stay on this. Then the whole damn podcast will be this. You're gonna finish it here. Go ahead.
This is what I'll say. Like, y'all ignore shit like Lord Knows, Underground Kings from 2011. We got fucking Furthest Thing, Tuscan Leather. Like, we got all of these rap tracks from Drake, all of the timestamp Drake songs. We literally started it. We ended the year, or not ended the year, but a big highlight of the past 3 months was Drake putting out 8 a.m. in Charlotte.
One of my favorite tracks of last year.
And people talking about how, I don't know why y'all keep trying to make it seem like the nigga is not one of the best at this rap shit. He can do the poppy shit, but the nigga is one of the best at rap shit. I'm going to make a video about Drake's Survival, which is the intro to Scorpion. To me, this Mos Def shit is proof that Survival might be one of the best intros he ever had because of the subject matter. The nigga was talking about this all of this disorder, no address, and the crown is broken in pieces, but it's more my possession. I'm better than you niggas.
You're
Yeah,
not. You can't just say that. You can't
Terrence.
deem yourself better because you're
Terrence,
the nigga who's willing to do other shit and can do other shit.
Listen to what the nigga
You're like
said.
Steve Harvey
The
saying that he's a better comedian than Cat Williams because, or not even Steve Harvey. This is like Kevin Hart.
Williams.
This is like Kevin Hart saying you're a better comedian than Cat Williams, and you're trying to talk about how much money you made on movies. But we talking
Nobody's talking about money.
Stand-up comedy. Terrell, y'all give Drake a lot of credit. Okay, look, I don't think Survival and 6 p.m. in New York and all the timestamp Drake records, I don't think that makes him better than Mos Def as a MC. The nigga can get in a good bag.
Niggas were sending
but
me
I don't
most
think
tracks.
Terrell, but
niggas was sending. Go ahead.
Mos Def don't have the corny lines and the shaky shit that even you yourself don't like about Drake as an MC. You can't say it about Mos Def. No, you can't say Mos Def has a passion fruit. You can't say Mos Def has whatever. But I feel like Mos Def is a potent ass MC. Everything that man has spit, normally it be fire, bro. It normally ain't no. You know what I'm saying? No, we cannot sit here and name Mos Def tracks like we can Drake. But we all respect Mos Def as an MC. That's real hip hop. Drake, you yourself know that's not real hip hop. But he does have times where he does.
It's Joe Namath versus Patrick Mahomes. When I listen to Diplomatic Immunity, or when I just re-listen to Emotionless, when I listen to fucking even at 8 a.m. in Charlotte, when you go listen to a song like Survival, when you go listen to some of these records, go listen to Champagne Poetry. This nigga, the way the different levels that he reached in terms of what shit mean, it's so much shit that's not surface level. And that's the era that Drake comes from. It's just a different era of rap. Like Mos Def he's great. Like he's an icon, but that's like us sitting here saying KRS-One is better than Jay. Like, no, it's a level difference. That doesn't take away from the greatness that KRS is. And old niggas will tell you KRS was better, but we know it's a skill level difference. And we're not talking pop. We're talking about the nigga rapping. We're talking about, oh shit, he said this, but it means three different things. Most definitely had some flips. He had a couple entendres, but he didn't come up in that era. He came up in the era where we rapping and we talking and it's just a different level. And he was doing Drake covers at his concert. So he's just an old hating nigga. And I'm standing on that.
And you know what? I'm going to let Terrell stand on it, y'all. I think he makes some good points. I think he makes a good case for Drake. Me personally, I just think Mos Def is a more not decorated, but I think he's just a more talented MC when it comes to hip hop. I'm sorry. I just feel like he's an old school guy, yeah. But he's the old school guy that can show you some. Like, not the person that you would disrespect him when it comes to this craft. I will say this. Mos Def, you get what you ask for. You put your hand out there and just disrespect somebody like Drake. I mean, if it was a newer artist, Destroyed Lonely, somebody that you could just tell he's completely out of touch with, or just for the kids, that'd be one thing. But I will agree with you, Terrell. Drake has enough skin in the game, and he's put in enough work, and he's been relevant around the game for long enough for older rappers to show him a little bit more respect. Like, come on, Mos. When I saw that, I'm like, damn, now niggas gonna start hating on Mos Def. And I get it. We are seeing a whole lot of the old man, the old man rapper. He just mad. I get it.
Yeah, 100%.
100.
And I'll say this. What's the name said that if Drake was from the Bronx, he would be the greatest ever.
That's a fact.
If Drake was from Brooklyn, New York, he would be the greatest and had the same catalog, he'd be the greatest ever. Since he's a light-skinned, half-white, half-Jewish dude from Canada, it don't matter that he's been on top of this game for longer than all of the hip-hop greats. Jay, Wayne, he has a longer run than everybody. we're going to still say we're going to say that dude isn't hip hop. I don't know. We could talk about that all day though. Like that's a long conversation, but I just feel like it's disrespect at the end of the day.
Yeah, it wasn't supposed to go that long. Drake, Mos Def, everybody leave your comments and let us know what y'all think. I mean, hey, look, it's a tough situation when you're talking hip-hop versus success. And I think that's a lot of what that is. Like, if it was just the sport of hip-hop, Mos holds a little bit more weight. When you're talking success, of course, Drake is a giant. So his fans are going to come through and talk about that. I mean, hey, trophies, right? Trophies speak louder than effort.
I'm telling you.
But just moving it a little bit forward, like I said, y'all, it's not gonna be a super long podcast. We just stay forever on the Mos Def situation. One thing that I do want to talk about that's random, Terrell. I know you're gonna think this is random. When a guy says, "I'm trying to get like you," you say, "What's up, bro? How you doing? Hey, yo, what you been up to, bro? It's good to see you." Bro says, I'm just trying to get like you. Terrell, you tell me if you agree with this or not. You can't say, "I'm trying to get like you," to somebody that you are not aware of, that you don't know like that. If I don't know you like that, and you see me out and about, and you say, "Oh, what's up?" and then you say, "Oh, I'm trying to get like you," you don't even know what you're trying to get like. You ever talk to a nigga, Terrell, and you ain't seen this nigga in 5, 6 years, 5 years, 5 months even, and bruh says, "I'm trying to get like y'all. I'm trying to get like you." Yeah, but what are we talking about? Are you talking about the image that you see on IG? Are you talking about, we create media, so I ain't gonna be whatever. But this goes for all of my people listening to this, because everybody doesn't create content to be trying to get like. Terrell, you let me know how you feel. I personally feel like when you say, "I'm trying to get like you," it's a lazy response. What you think, Terrell?
I think it all depends, because what if you just a clean nigga? What if they see you and you clean, What if they see you and, your car, you just let the car wash, you got on, a fit.
You're right.
You see a nigga, he may not even know you, and he say, "I'm trying to get like you," then I feel like that's all right.
Let me clean it up.
Now, if a nigga...
Pause.
Okay.
I do feel like if the nigga is referring to something you are doing, wearing, or being in the moment, then it does fly. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Terrell, you see, bruh, you know how black people, we can't hide our excitement. If we see somebody dressed for, it could be a funeral, it could be a prom, whatever. He stopped for gas. You're right. We're going to say, "Damn, bro, you looking clean. I'm trying to get like you." But did you hear that? Look at you out here clean, bro. I'm trying to get like you. If you ever hear me say that, "I'm trying to get like you," I'm normally referring to some shit you do. Let's say I see you and you just signed a big podcast deal or whatever. I'm the type of dude that might say, "Yo, what's up, bro? I seen y'all just signed that podcast, man. I'm trying to get like y'all." I'm letting you know that I'm trying to get like what you actually do. So
what element of it do you not like? Because that's all I can think about when I think get like you is those elements.
Let me say this. I feel like there's a certain weakness to saying you trying to get like another nigga. Because let's keep it a stack, Terrell. Are you really trying to get like that nigga? No. You're being a nice-ass nigga. Most of you niggas say this shit and you have no idea what bruh has going on. This is my thing. And this is just whatever. Y'all can say whatever y'all want. Y'all don't have to listen to me. Trust me. Y'all know I just be on some shit. But me personally, I just started feeling like if I tell you, I'm trying to get like you, this is a black proverb. This is like in the history books of the shit that we say. I just feel like I'd rather hear it than say it. How you feel about that, Terrell? I'd rather hear, "Yo, I'm trying to get like you," than me say that. I feel like, maybe that's a Kanye side of me.
I would say it's my bad. I would say it's probably a little bit of a Kanye side of you, because I don't see an issue when somebody says that, because I've actually heard it in context. I do understand when they say they're trying to get like you, they really don't mean it, and they just trying to separate you and him. because a lot of people appreciate struggle.
Yeah.
Oh, can you hear me?
I can hear you. You just be sounding like R2D2 sometimes, but you good.
I know. My bad. I would say this: a lot of people appreciate struggle, and a lot of people think if they struggling more than you, then that gives them a little bit more respect. So you could be a nigga that comes back to a certain neighborhood, or you coming back to a place you used to be, and they say, yeah, we still out here grinding. We trying to get like y'all, trying to make it seem like y'all don't have to do much no more, and we still gotta. That's the only.
That's true. That's another ugly side of it.
That's the only context I can see where I'm like, all right, like that's hate. It could be hate. So that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Like for me,
and I wouldn't even say that
I can understand.
I wouldn't even say that it's hate always. You definitely just point out a good example of the hate. And I wasn't hating. I'm not hating on the term y'all saying that it's hate. I'm just saying, it just made me think about it the other day. I'm like, when you tell somebody, I'm trying to get like you, and you don't even really know them, you need to know how you look. That was my overarching point. If you don't really know this person, and you tell them you're trying to get like them, it say a lot about you. What are you? You don't even know.
Man, I think that's love, though. I be thinking it's love. It is man. Love. Most of the time, it do be love.
Most of the time, it's love.
I feel like you had a situation where you experienced some hate, and now you're trying to
No, I didn't experience any hate.
Define the whole. Because that saying is something that we say out of love. That is a black love language thing, and I'm not going to let you redefine it as
I'm
hate.
not redefining it, y'all. I'm not saying it's hate. I'm not even saying that you shouldn't say it. I just personally feel like me being out here saying, I'm trying to get like you, I'm trying to get like you, I'm trying to get like you. It's like, damn, I need people to be trying to get like me. And low-key, I'm going to keep it a stack with y'all. I've never told a nigga that I'm trying to get like you, and I was dead ass. Never. Not...
That says more about you than it does the saying.
Because you really trying to get like yourself. Is that saying too much? If you could really trade places with a nigga, you would. Unless you on some desperate trying to get some money shit, then yeah, I get it. Or trying to get a job type shit, I get it. I'm not shitting on the whole thing as a whole. I'm really, and that's where it goes sometimes. Terrell, I'm not shitting on a proverb. My black men out there, I'm not going to frown on y'all. Proverb, sorry. My black men out there, I'm not shitting on y'all saying that. All I'm saying is, certain terms get thrown around just because. I think it is weird for you to tell a nigga that you don't know what he has going on, that you trying to get like him. Now, the Emmy Awards was yesterday. Terrell, you know I'm not going to sit on a soapbox with this. But the Emmy Awards...
Yes, you are.
No, I ain't. Emmy Awards was yesterday. We also had the Critics' Choice Awards that came on this past week. Hollywood is at its, it's the party time with Hollywood. I love this time. Award season. Everybody's looking nice. Did you see, what's his name, Terrell? He had on that nice-ass suit. Me and A-Train was talking about, bruh. Is it Domingo? The bruh.
Coleman Domingo?
Coleman Domingo, man, with that yellow suit. He looked sweet as fuck, bro. He just looked clean as fuck. Anyway.
Damn, I didn't even see his suit.
We're not going to go over the winners and stuff like that as far as the Emmys. A lot of great people took some awards home, though. Keensha Brunson took awards home. Who's else, Terrell? Did you see any of the Emmy winners?
Oh, Succession sweeped up. Of course, a big shout out to the cast and crew and writers team of The Bear. They sweeped as well for the comedy category. Io, Edaberry won. Evan, I forget Evan's last name, won, and of course my main guy. I always forget my main guy's name. Damn. From The Bear, but he won as well. They all won. The writing team won. And I tweeted last night, if you have not seen that show, like it's so worth it. Like let the Emmy wins and the Golden Globe wins tell the real story. It is worth it.
It is.
So they cleaned up. Niecey Nash won for
I was gonna say,
was that the
Niecey Nash won for Best Supporting Actress in a Limited Series for the Jeffrey Dahmer joint. And the main reason why we bringing this up, y'all don't need us to recap the Emmy Awards. really. I mean, Beef swept as far as limited series. You had Ali Wong and Stephen Ewan winning in both league categories in that.
Mm-hmm.
They even won for writing in a limited series. So shout out to Beef. Outside of that, first and foremost, let me just say shout out to all the Emmy winners. But the main reason why I wanted to bring this up is because once Niecey Nash won her award, this is something I've talked about on the podcast for a minute. Niecey Nash won her award, and it was her speech that really got me wanting to talk about this on the podcast. Terrell, believe it or not, I'm going to play it because I got it right, child.
I want to thank me for believing in me and doing what they said I could not do. And I want to say to myself in front of all you beautiful people, go on, girl, with your bad self. You did that.
I love the first part of her speech.
I accept this award.
Yeah.
On behalf
Hold
of
up, Terrell.
every black and brown woman who has gone unheard yet over-policed, like Glenda Cleveland, like Sandra Bland, like Breonna Taylor. As an artist, my job is to speak truth to power, and baby, I'm gonna do it to the day I die. Mama, I won!
I'm going to keep it 100, y'all. A lot of people want to know, and I'm gonna keep it 100. I've talked about this forever. Terrell, I don't know if you even heard the speech. Did you hear it when it was just playing?
Yeah, 100%. And I heard it before.
Oh, you can hear it. That's dope. I got the setup. My man over in DR.
No,
Hey,
yeah, I tried to tell you.
one of the most primary things that stood out with this, and before I even get there, let me say this. Niecey Nash's performance in the Jeffrey Dahmer joint, I actually haven't seen the whole thing, but one thing I do know is the pieces that I seen, she killed it. So I'm not in any way saying she didn't deserve this award or this time to give this speech. I love the beginning of her speech. I love her saying, I'm going to give a shout out to me, for the ones that counted me out, gone with your bad self. I'm not mad at that at all. I don't like the second part of her speech. The biggest issue that I had with her speech was what she said at the very end. She said, as an artist, it's my job to speak truth to power. And I'm going to do that until the day I die. I'm going to keep it 100 with y'all. Terrell, you can tell me you disagree. As an artist, it is not your job to speak truth to power. And that is a black community thing. You know what I'm saying? Just because you won an award, it does not mean you have to get on stage and speak truth to power. You are an artist. Your job is to be a fucking artist. I'm sorry.
Terrance, that sounds like shut up and dribble.
It don't. Because you got to understand, you're speaking truth to power in this field. Like, you on stage and accepting your award, and you got to talk about Sandra Bland and Breonna Taylor. Dude, this is no disrespect to this movement, but the movement is huge on that. Bro, we trying to get our reputation with the film community, in the film community. We're trying to, this how I feel. I'll just leave it at this. When you get on stage, you should act like you're supposed to be there. And too many times in our community do we get on stage and we look privileged to get up there. Niecey Nash says she doing this for all the black women that came before her. Do you know how many black women have won an Oscar by now? You are not the first. We do not have to always get on stage and act like you are the first black to win anything. You're not the first, second, 10th, 20th, 50th. Just get up there. And this is what I'll say, Terrell. Instead of you getting up there feeling like you need to speak truth to power, because let's keep it 100. You saying it to a bunch of motherfuckers in the audience who don't give a fuck. And they gonna sit there and hee ha ha laugh or whatever. In my opinion, I'd rather you get up there and talk about what you had to go through to get this role, what you had to go through during this role. Thank your agents. Thank the people that's helped you with this performance. Thank the creators and get off stage. When Denzel Washington won his first Oscar, what did he do? And both his Oscars, believe it or not. When he won his first Oscar, he gave tribute to Sidney Poitier, an artist that came before him. He didn't get up there and talk about how worse the world was, because it was way worse back then. We used to give a fuck about looking like an actual artist. We used to give a fuck about actually being an actress, but it seems like everybody wants to be a politician. Terrell, I'm going to say this last point and let you go. The girl that won for The Bear, they asked her, they said, yo, amidst all of these awards you're winning, how are you able to stay grounded? Like, what keeps you grounded, you winning all of these awards, right? You know what she said? I'm still renting, so it's like, okay, bet. You had the opportunity to shine light on yourself as an artist. Instead, you say, well, I'm still renting, so, okay, so this is about money. Okay, so everything you're doing is about money. Okay, so what are we talking to you for? You know what I'm saying?
No,
Niecey Nash, you get on stage after you win this award, and you get up there and you say, you thank your agents, you thank the people that helped you, you talk about the role, you get off stage. That speaks more truth to power than you getting up there and talking about Sandra Bland and Breonna Taylor. I'm sorry. We got Taraji P. Henson on stage crying. You feel me? Because we're not respected here. Y'all fight is this shit. Get on stage and act like you're supposed to be there. And then the next time we on stage, we not thanking the women that came before us. We just supposed to be up there. You get up there and you, mama, I made it. Oh my God, what a privilege. You're so lucky to be there. You wouldn't want to hear that though. You would want to hear you earned this. Then why are you acting lucky? Acting privileged. We get up there and we tears, we shambles, we all of that. Y'all think that that is not a thing? Y'all don't think it's crazy that in 25 years from now, we still gonna be getting up there saying, oh my God, this is for every black girl and black boy that came before me. How long before we're regular and normal? That's my only, that's my point. That's it.
When I saw your tweet, I knew exactly how you felt. I knew exactly, because y'all don't know, I know Terrance. And if those that listen to this podcast for real, was some people that was like, I was waiting for you to say this. It's people that also know how Terrance looks at black artistry and how Terrance don't like when we sing a victim song. He doesn't like when we get on that stage and we do that. We watched the girl from Killers of the Flower Moon, who literally she's the first of her whole entire culture to win that award, the Golden Globe. She'll probably win the Oscar. But she got up there and thanked Martin Scorsese for shining light on their culture and what they went through type shit. But she stood grounded and she didn't stand up there and look small. I'll say that. Ali Wong, Stephen Ewan, like, there's not a lot of Asians that have won the awards that they've won. They're not getting up there and saying, yo, to the Asian community, we made it. We did this. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're the first to do it, that stance is acceptable. But it is a little tiring that when black folks, when we win, we don't get up there and, you know, accept the award based on and be confident about the fact we win. We make it seem like we hit the motherfucking lottery. We go up there like we got the lottery ticket and they're saying, what are you going to do with the money? And we're like, oh my God, I mean, thank you. You know what I'm saying? And we feel like we gotta, and I'm not going to say it's just us, because other people get up there and they're like surprised that they won. But with us, and what Terrance kind of alludes to is not everything has to be I was counted out story. Because even though we all as black people understand the truth in it, it puts us a step back. It makes it seem like, oh, she won this year because, you know, oh, cool for them, but they just not used to this winning thing. They will start looking. People look at us like, oh, so you see, they're not used to winning, so she got up there and she has to make the Sandra Bland case and the Breonna Taylor case, right? You know, because, you know, since black women are counted out everywhere, oh, they normally count their ass out here too, so I guess she's just lucky to win this year. That's how they look at it.
Yeah.
So what Terrance is speaking to is the opposition, which is we got to get up there and be like, yo, I'm here because I did the best job this year. She did the best job this year. You know what I'm saying? Like Devon, shout out to Devon. Devon, she smoked it this year. And basically on some we here to stay type shit. We don't do that no more. Like Denzel, like you said, Denzel was the second black man to win the Oscar in history. Mm-hmm. The second. He didn't get up there and say, you know what?
This is for this person, Rodney King.
It's for Rodney King.
This for
Martin Luther King. He got up there because I belong here. Denzel will tell you the exact same thing. I belong here. I was the best. I won.
Or you just get up there and act and have class and act like you're supposed to be up there. This is a market we're trying to break into, not have accept us. We have to get away from this y'all need to love us market. Nah, fuck that. Let's put ourselves on a pedestal. If we better, let's be better. Like, you up that joint talking about Sandra Bland and Breonna Taylor. Can you imagine if last year when Michelle Yeoh won for Everything Everywhere All at Once, she gets up there and she's just naming cases from like, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all don't realize that we have now all of our artists have become baby politicians. It's more honorable now for you to speak out like Taraji did and cry on stage than for you to kill a role. Your community sees you as more of an asset, as more of a icon, not for you killing a role, but for you doing some political shit or standing on business outside of your craft. You feel me? Like Will Smith, one of the best actors of all time. I just said it. Will Smith, all right, I'll say this. One of the best black actors of all time. But you got a lot of people who look at him because he's small because they only focus on everything outside of the screen. Taraji P. Henson is crying and we sitting here talking about shit. But yo, it's like the change don't come from us making an outroar. Niecey Nash, you just won an Emmy Award. Did you see what Taraji was just crying over? She has an Oscar and an Emmy. So what did you really win? Is it worth standing up there, standing like that, like you're so thankful for something that you know y'all aren't being appreciated for? You think this gonna get it? No. Y'all have it backwards. You get your appreciation by standing up there and acting like you're supposed to be there. Otherwise, it looked like you just hit the moon with one. And we not.
I honestly would have appreciated it. I would have appreciated it more if Niecey would have got up there and spoke to Taraji's issue, because now that she's an Emmy Award winner, like Taraji, she could speak to that pay gap, that wage opportunity to advance Black women in the art, as opposed to trying to take the route that she took. I will say this, like, I'm not going to make it seem like we shouldn't be a little political as Black folks, because we have to be, and we got to use our voices as big as we get. So I'm not all the way upset with what she said about how.
And let me say this real quick, Terrell.
Speaking truth to power.
Speaking truth to power is definitely necessary, and I'm not saying it's not. And as an artist, you can 100% speak truth to power. It's just that it's not on that stage where you should be doing it. You're going to do 4 or 5 different interviews after becoming an Emmy winner. They're going to ask you how you feel about your win. And to me, on them small carpet interviews, if you want to talk about, if you want to use your Emmy win to, big up your brothers and sisters, there's a time and a place to do that. When you have those intimate convos, I feel like that's when we can really talk about our plight and what we want to do. This is the best example that I was giving A-Train. If I came to you and said that you was killing it at your job, if we was at your job and we said that you was doing well, or you finally won an award, and you get up there and you just shit on your job, or you just say, you know what, fuck this, I'm here to, it's like, damn, you know what? This what you're saying has nothing to do with the award you're winning. Therefore, why should we give it to you? Anybody ever thought about that? Like, are we winning awards because we want to be great actresses and actors and be great in this craft? Or do we really just want notoriety, fame, eyes?
No, it really comes down to what y'all really want. And what they really want is that equal pay, is that they want to, you know, close their wage gap. And I feel like they think by doing that changes it. But in reality, we haven't seen change from that format, because for everybody that'll say, oh, no, she needs to do that, this is how we evoke change. We haven't seen a change that way. What we have seen is the art be elevated and people get more respect by way of how Denzel wins, by way of how when Viola go up there, and like Viola has did the interviews like what's her name has done. Like I think everybody needs to go back and watch Monique win that Oscar for Precious.
Yeah.
When I tell you she stood on that stage, it looked like she was supposed to be there. Even when she won, she took like a little small deep inhale, went up there, had a speech ready. I like the way Divine won the Golden Globe the other night as well. I mean, it's a
way you can get up there and be prideful without, you know, looking whatever. I feel like, I don't know.
And I'll say this.
Go ahead.
I don't think it's a terrible thing, right? I don't think what Niecey Nash did was what I would call bad or anything like that. But knowing Terrance and how passionate he is about us, even though it can sometimes come off like he picks on black folks in entertainment, it's all to get us to a different place. And it's a point of view that a lot of people, it can fly over your head and you'll just be stuck in the anger of the reality of black folks and how we live, that you'll miss the point. And that's what I don't want people to do. Don't miss the overarching message because you're so stuck on the emotional toll that being black in America takes, that when somebody mentions Breonna Taylor or Sandra Bland, which is, of course, heavy on everybody's heart, you miss the point about the advancement of us in the art and how that's not going to help us. It actually goes against.
1,000%.
That's what I got on that.
And you just wrapped it up perfectly. That's it. That's my piece on that. I'm all about the art. Y'all can make it seem like these two things coincide, but y'all will realize they don't. Why you think Taraji is standing on stage crying, getting on stage and saying, oh my God, this is for all the black women before me and after me. Taraji is crying on stage. So obviously, you know what I'm saying? The fight ain't on when we win. They're not going to see you crying on stage and say, oh, let's give more black women jobs. They're not going to do that. So let's stop acting like crying and being emotional on stage, that's going to get us where we need to be. No, like Terrell said, if we're going to be serious about the art, let's be serious here. And we can be politicians everywhere else. Everybody got a podcast. Everybody can talk. When we get on that stage, let's act like we're supposed to be there. That's my only...
Let's act like we're supposed to be there.
That's my only point.
Eagles, Eagles, Eagles.
Go ahead, Terrell.
This is what I'll say. I was right all year. When y'all was 8-0, and I said, I don't think y'all, before the season started, I said, I didn't think y'all was going back to the Super Bowl. I said, they don't have the same team. I think a lot of teams are going to figure them out, and I don't think they go back to the Super Bowl. I was called a hater. This was before the season even fucking started, when y'all was still on y'all Super Bowl run glory. I said it. I said Jalen Hurts was a game manager. He's not special. The Dan Orlovskis and the fucking all of these people from all of these shows were saying shit like Jalen Hurts is a top 3 quarterback. But y'all said, and what pissed me off the most, y'all said he was better than Lamar Jackson. He's better than Josh Allen. He's a fucking game manager. And we got to see that in the last 7 games that they played. You go 10-1, you lose fucking the last 5 out of your last 6 games. You go from the number 1 seed in the NFC East. Okay, you hear me?
Yeah, I got you.
Y'all go from the number 1 seed in the NFC East to the fucking wild card game against the 9-8 worst division in the league. So they won their division, so they get to go to the playoffs, 9-8 Buccaneers. And you get your ass whooped by Baker Mayfield and them. I don't give a fuck if you don't have A.J. Brown. Y'all collapse. I called it. And niggas called me a hater all year, and I ended up being right. So I want respect from everybody that said, "Oh, you just hate on the Eagles, or you just don't like this." It's not that I don't like Jalen Hurts. Love that. I love him as a brother, as a man. But y'all overrated him, and I was the only one to say, maybe we should not do that. And I was called a hater for it. That's all I gotta say about the motherfucking Eagles. I do want to say something about the Cowboys.
Hold up, Terrell, because you like to get on a soapbox and then switch topics. I personally, because fuck you, I'm an NFC East guy. Cowboys and Eagles, I don't want to hear shit from y'all fans. Because let me tell you, what's the difference between what's the difference between a Commander and an Eagle? What's the difference between a Commander and a Cowboy? Nothing.
Terrance, that's not true.
Two trash-ass teams. I don't care what y'all say. You put my Commanders in there against the Packers. You put my Commanders in there against Tampa Bay. I feel like we'd have looked like how y'all looked. I'm not saying we gonna get in there and beat their ass. But I mean, both of y'all didn't even put up a fucking fight, and we have to sit back and be called trash all year. While y'all get told Eagles the best team in the league. Jalen Hurts was third rated this year or some shit. Cowboys are Super Bowl picks all fucking year. Cowboys won the division. For what? Oh, y'all fucking suck. I swear to God, when we're good, and this sounds like when you're a bad team, when we finally 10-1 and going crazy, I swear we not taking no sucker-ass losses like the Cowboys. Y'all don't want to hear shit from y'all for the rest of y'all low-key. Until y'all win a playoff game again, low-key, it's looking bad for y'all. Y'all had a stacked-ass team and lost. Eagles, too. Two stacked squads lost.
I think the Eagles' collapse was something, but the Cowboys' collapse was probably the most detrimental to them, because I think what people have been saying about the Cowboys is, if not now, then when? Like, y'all had the best team that y'all have had in a minute. Y'all had MVP level Dak Prescott.
Right.
All year. He was playing like an MVP. For y'all, and then y'all defense. Y'all had an amazing defense. Micah Parsons in his third year. Fucking, I forget the dude's last name start with an O. DeMarcus Lawrence. Y'all got all these. Deron Bland, Gilmore ended up being a fucking great ass fucking asset. But y'all had a great ass squad to the point where y'all won the fucking division, and then y'all go and do what everybody said you was gonna do. I thought for sure they would beat the Packers. We was out when the game started, and I said, yeah, they're playing the Packers. They should beat up on the Packers. I picked the Packers to win. For y'all to lose to the 7th seed, just made it Green Bay Packers. It just means that next year, it don't matter if they go 13-3. 14-3. It don't matter if they go undefeated. People are not going to believe y'all can win a playoff game. That's why I feel like the Cowboys' loss was one of the worst, bro.
I agree. All right,
Hey, look, I gotta put respect on some teams as well.
I was about to say, I want to put respect on the Texans. For sure.
Yes, I picked the Browns to win. I thought the Browns defense was going to go crazy, and the Texans definitely made me eat words.
I got to put respect on the Texans. I got to put respect on the Buccaneers. I ain't think the
Who else
Buccaneers
do you need to put respect on?
I got to put respect on the Packers. I didn't think they was going to win.
Okay.
I got to put respect on.
Put respect on?
I don't think I picked the Bills.
Terrance, you need to put respect on somebody else.
And the last but not least I need to put respect on is the Lions. I feel like the Lions. I'll put respect on the Lions. I mean, y'all won a playoff game. I'll give it to y'all. And y'all about to win this next playoff game. Terrell, think about it. The Lions had to play who this past weekend?
The Lions had to play
the Rams.
Hot ass Rams.
The hot Rams. Look, the hot Rams. You calling the Rams hot, but would you call the Packers hot? You see how you talking about the Packers, but you're not talking about the Rams the same way?
The Packers are hot, though.
But you sitting there making it seem like, the Cowboys lost to a Packers team that just made it. The Rams are the same. Just made it. And I feel like the Lions, are up there with
they did what they had to do.
They up there with the Cowboys. I'll say this. I just feel like Lions, low-key, if y'all going to win a Super Bowl, it's this year. You get not the Packers. You get the Rams in your first week in the wild card. Now y'all got the Buccaneers. I feel like y'all about to dog the Buccaneers. They about to go to the fucking Super Bowl. I'll give it to them. I'll show them respect. But what have I been saying all year, Terrell? I feel like the Lions have had a relatively slim schedule. I feel like they about to skate their way to the playoffs. To the Super Bowl.
First of all, you're forgetting about the number 1 seed San Francisco 49ers that they would have to beat to get there. I think that the Green Bay Packers, this is just my random whatever, I think the Green Bay Packers could low-key shock the world and beat the 49ers.
They could.
17-14 shit.
And the Buccaneers could shock and beat the Lions. The Lions are a beatable team. Just when they get going, they're hard to beat.
They are.
Hey, but look, you ain't got that much time, bro. Go ahead and say what you about to say, and then we'll get to the picks.
No, that's what I was going to say. Let's go ahead and do picks for the divisional round.
All right, y'all. We only got 4 games. The first game is going to start on Saturday, January 20th. I love weekend football. I love Saturday games and then Sunday games. And then we even got a treat with MLK.
Yes.
You know? I fucking love this shit. Okay, so we're going to start with the 4 o'clock game, 4:30. Look, and it come on 4:30. You get a whole day before. 4:30, we got the Texans, and we got the Ravens. Who you going?
I'm going to go Baltimore Ravens, man. Baltimore is my pick. I have a Lamar agenda, number 1. I want that MVP for Lamar. I want the Super Bowl ring and Super Bowl MVP for Lamar. I think the Texans, you had a good run, but you're getting ready to run into some real dogs. Number 1 defense in the league. Number 1 in all categories. First in NFL history to be number 1 in all defensive categories.
Mm-hmm.
You're not just going to be able to throw it up to Nico Collins for 60 yards. You won't. So, I'm picking the Ravens.
I think I'm going to pick the Ravens, too. I like MVP Lamar. I think I'm going to go with the Ravens. I think they pull it out. They're going to be at home. I love what the Texans have done. I just love it. I would love to see the young boy win. It's just a testament to getting a good quarterback and flipping your team. Because a lot of the Commanders fans think that we need to draft an offensive tackle with our first pick. And it's like, absolutely not, man. A quarterback is... To see these teams flip, even teams like the Texans, you see all these, I'm not even going to get into it. Obviously, the quarterback is the most important position on the field. So, shout out to the Texans fans. If y'all win, so much respect, but I got to pick the Ravens this time. All right, Terrell.
All right, bet.
8:15 game, Packers and 49ers. I know who you picking.
I'm taking the 49ers, man, but I'm taking the 49ers, but don't be surprised if the Packers go out there and shock the world. You know what? I'm going to pick the Green Bay Packers, Jordan Love and them, to shock the world and expose. I think Brock Purdy doesn't have a perfect game, and I think the Cam Newton curse is coming for Brock Purdy next. Mm-hmm. And I feel like he's going to go out there, and the Green Bay Packers are going to steal this game. Watch it happen. I'm picking the Green Bay Packers.
That's a good pick. And also, I feel like the Texans is a good pick, too, because like you said, the Ravens ain't played football in 3 weeks. These first-round buys are not to be taken lightly because your team not playing, you know?
And you know everybody want Lamar to lose so they can say, Lamar cannot win a playoff game.
Yeah. All right. Sunday, January 21st. That's my granny's birthday. Happy birthday, Granny. Or was it the 20th? Hold on,
you never made your pick.
I did.
You never made your pick for the
I never picked. 49ers. I'm picking the 49ers, y'all.
No.
I need Trent. Okay. I need Trent and Chase Young to get that ring this year. So the Commanders fans, we can just be sick as fuck. It's like, nah, but I'm definitely going to pick the 49ers over the Packers. I would love to see the Packers upset, though. I like to see the upsets. But, Terrell, Granny's birthday the 20th or the 21st? 21st, right? I got that
21st,
right.
boy.
Yes, sir. My granny's birthday. Mm-hmm. Happy birthday. A legacy that's so beautiful to see. It looks like it's a 3 p.m. game. Wow, yeah, a 3 o'clock game. That's going to be the first game of that day. Is going to be the Buffalo Bills and the Kansas City Chiefs. I'm sorry. I'm so wrong. I'm sorry. 3 o'clock game is the Buccaneers and the Lions. Who you picking, Real? You going to go with the Bake Show?
Hey, Lions don't lose at Ford Field. I'm picking the Lions. I don't really have much to say. I love it for Baker Mayfield. I just feel like I'm just happy for him, but I can't go against that Lions team at home.
Yeah, with the energy that Detroit has going on, they just won a home game. You got another home game coming up. I just know y'all feeling good. It's probably starting to feel like that season, you know, for the Lions. I can hate all I want, but y'all are winning games. Y'all got 5 losses in a regular season, and it's looking real good for them. I'm picking the Lions. Last game of the day, 6:30 p.m. What a great time. And a great rematch. This one's also going to be on Paramount Plus. But CBS as well. The Kansas City Chiefs against the Buffalo Bills, and a playoff rematch that I feel like I'm looking forward to this game more than anything. Both teams finished the season at 11-6. Both had rocky seasons. Terrell, who you picking?
I'm actually going to pick the Kansas City Chiefs. As much as it's fuck the Chiefs, this is Pat Mahomes' home right here.
Yeah.
The playoffs. I really think the Bills can go out there and win this game. Honestly, I think they may win. I may be wrong on this pick. But if I'm being completely honest, I just don't see Pat Mahomes winning one and being done. Like, I feel like they're going to go out here and beat the Bills, and it's going to be Lamar versus Pat Mahomes for the Super Bowl. So I'm actually going to pick the Chiefs to win this game.
That's crazy. I'm picking the Chiefs as well. I just feel like the NFL script has always called for the Chiefs to go to the playoffs. Ever since Taylor Swift came into the picture, you see how they doing the swag surf? Shit is starting to look way more organized with this shit. Soon they going to be out there. They going to have all the, you know what I'm saying? I love it, though. I ain't going to say I don't love it. But I'm definitely going to go with the Chiefs because I think that it would be nice to see Chiefs and Lamar.
I'm telling you, that's going to be a great script.
It is. Damn Buffalo Bills. Y'all always come so close. I know this game is probably huge for y'all. It would be nice to see y'all go to a championship, the Bills. But
It would.
It's a crazy thing, man. That's going to be it for episode 184. Terrell is all the way in the DR. You love to see it. My guy's living his great life. I'm going to let you go ahead and take us out, Terrell, from all the way live from Bani in DR.
Hey, I just want to say that it's a lot of music that came out. Damn. It's a lot of music that came out this past week. We will be working. I am back literally tomorrow. Yes, and sir. So look forward to us still covering the 21 Savage. We still got to listen to the, a bunch of shit. But it's 2020, 2024, 2020 more from us.
Yes, sir.
Stay tuned.